the gym is much more than vanity. I don't think it's all about just going to the gym to get muscles or to build a better physique or for vanity purposes. Oh, that's always a part of it, but I think it goes a bit deeper. That's really why I wanted to make this video. I was listening to a podcast talking about this, and it talked about really some of the deeper meanings. There are superficial reasons. I guess you could call them superficial. Like in my case, being over 40, I want to maintain some muscle mass, or even being older than that. It's good to, keep your muscles, exercise them, try to maintain, even if you're not trying to build muscle, but just trying to maintain muscle. But some other compelling reasons I heard, which really struck a chord with me, was the aspect of just building discipline and pushing yourself to do things that you don't want to do. So that was a large part of going to the gym, a purpose that it serves. It doesn't always have to be just the gym, but just the pursuit or journey of physical improvement, self-improvement, whether it's running or doing things that you really don't want to do. But that's a large part that has really helped me, is doing things, pushing myself to build discipline. I come to find that going to the gym, exercise, helps me tremendously with just stress. Helps me with sleeping better, relaxing. It helps me to kind of, cast off all the different parts of stress that I have. It will benefit a lot of things, really. Digestion, your mood. A lot of times I'm not in the best mood before a workout, and so it really helps to adjust my mood quite a bit. But I think there's a deeper personal reason. Like, I'd heard stories about people that just wanted to, maybe it was people that had, that were diagnosed with some sickness or that were terminally ill, and they wanted to see what they were capable of or push themselves in some sort of way. The beautiful thing about it is, whether you're waking up early to run or trying to hit a personal record in the gym or something like that, you really, I think a lot of people have no idea what they're capable of. This could play into a lot of areas of life. People that they don't realize the capability that they have. They're capable of, it could be said that they're capable of so much more, or, that's why it's important to strive for those things. And it's also important to break it down. Like, we're not going to jump into some, like, let's say you start, a good example is like starting a YouTube channel. And I think a lot of people get really impatient. They, within 6 months to a year, they want to see, maybe they want to start making money, or they want a huge audience or traction or subscribers. It's hard to take a step back and appreciate how much time things take. And so I mention it because in my case, I've been pretty consistent. I mean, I've been working out in the gym for a long time, over a decade, but I didn't really see progress until the last 2 years, when I started to really take it serious and have consistency and make sure my diet was really in tune. But I started to really appreciate just the amount of time it takes to build muscle, the amount of patience you need, and you're going to hit a lot of plateaus. There's going to be long stretches of, I think, for like a good 6 months, or maybe it was 8 months, I was literally stuck at a certain weight for bench press. Like, I couldn't get past that weight. And so it was just going daily to the gym and working on it. And just, it's the same. You probably see the same thing in businesses and any kind of area where you're trying to push through any kind of plateau or dip. So it really builds this amazing patience, discipline. And so that's really just a beautiful thing, that the deeper things it builds, the things that people can't necessarily take away, that are not on you, but are in you. Those are the things that I think that I myself at least really value. And Yeah, so I guess the main message of this video I really wanted to make this today was just kind of conveying that going to the gym is not all about vanity. It's great that you want to take care of yourself. Maybe you want to lose some weight. Maybe you want to tone up. That's maybe you want to, see other people's reaction of you getting in shape. That's great. But I feel like those are byproducts. Those are after effects of the real purpose of your mental health, your soul, building just your internal discipline. There's so many days where I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to exercise. But I do it afterwards. I always feel great. Or once I kind of get into the process. But yeah, there's a lot of benefits, probably too many to even write down or name. But yeah, those are really the beautiful things that come out of having a daily process. Again, I use the gym as an example. It could be anything. It could be like running, or it doesn't have to even be exercise. It could just be your process of, cooking healthy meals, or the process of maybe you want to write in your journal, or maybe you commit, whatever it is, it's really just committing to something, having patience, having discipline, and putting in the reps, or, putting in the work. Instead of focusing on the outcome, what if we instead focused on the work? We're all so focused on the outcome. It's like we all love to look at, like, for example, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I always see pictures of him when he's won his like seventh Mr. Olympia, and he's in peak condition. He's perfectly balanced. But there's actually pictures. No, you don't really see people wanting to look at the pictures of when he began, or when he's, midway through his journey of building. There was a long stretch where Arnold Schwarzenegger had a tremendous upper body and his legs were lacking. This is what, when he came to America, he was, different judges would criticize him on his leg development. So he started to heavily focus on that area. But you don't see a lot of pictures of that because, we're all humans we love the outcome. We love the person that's got the money, the mansion at the end of the success story. You don't really hear about, the struggles, or the times when maybe they were not boring, but there was not a lot of, things to underline or glorify. So yeah, bit of a tangent, but thank you as always for listening. Hopefully this has been helpful somewhat, and I'll see you in the next one.